6th of May 2025. Morning Murli, Om Shanti, Bap Dada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, make effort to stay in remembrance and you will continue to become pure. The Father is now teaching you and He will then take you back with Him. Question: what message do you have to give everyone? Answer: you now have to return home. Therefore, become pure. The Father, the Purifier, says, remember me and you will become pure. Give everyone this message. The Father has given you children His own introduction. It is now your duty to show the Father. It is said, Son shows Father. Song: to live in your land and you die in your land. Om Shanti. Your children have heard the meaning of the song. Baba, we will be threaded in your rosary of Rudra. This song was composed on the path of devotion. All the paraphernalia, that is the given of devotions, tapasya, worshipping, etc., belong to the path of devotion. Devotion belongs to the kingdom of Ravan, whereas this knowledge belongs to the kingdom of Rama. Gyan is called knowledge. This study, devotion, is not called a study. There is no aim in devotion of becoming someone. Devotion is not a study. To learn Raj Yoga is a study. You study at one place in a school, whereas is devotion. You stumble from door to door. Study means study. Therefore, you should study very well. You children know that you are students. There are many who do not consider themselves to be students because they do not study at all. Neither do they consider the Father to be the Father, nor do they consider Shiv Baba to be the bestoffer of salvation. Nothing sits in the intellects of some here. A kingdom is being established and it has to be made up of all kinds of people. The Father has come to make you improve once pure. You called out to the Father, O Purifier, come. The Father says, now become pure. You have to give everyone the Father's message. Remember the Father. At present, Bharat is a brothel, whereas it was previously the temple of Shiva. It does not have either of the two crowns now. Only you children know this. The Purifier Father says, now remember me and you will become pure from impure. It is only in having remembrance that there is effort. There are very few who stay in remembrance. The rosary of devotees is of only a few. They are the different names of devotees: Dana, Bhagat, Narad, and Meera, etc. Not everyone will come and study here. Only those who studies a cycle ago will come again. They also says, Baba, we met you a cycle ago. We came here to study. We came to learn the pilgrimage of remembrance. The Father has now come to take you children back home. He explains, your souls are impure and this is why you called out to me to come and purify you. The Father says, now remember me and become pure. The Father teaches you and then takes you back with Him. You children should have a lot of happiness inside you. The Father is teaching you. Krishna would not be called the Father. Krishna would not be called the Purifier. No one but you knows who the Father is or how He gives us this knowledge. It is only you children that the Father gives His introduction. The Father would not meet new children straight away. The Father says, Son shows Father. Only you children shows the Father. The Father does not have to meet or talk to new ones. Although Baba did meet many new children for so long, that was fixed in the Rama. Many used come. Baba has explained that you also have to upfit military people. They too have their jobs to do. Otherwise, an enemy would come and attack. They simply have to remember the Father. It says in the Gita that those who leave their bodies while on the battlefield will go to heaven. However, you cannot go to heaven just like that. It is only when the one who establishes heaven comes here that you can go to heaven. No one knows that what heaven is. You children are now battling against Ravan. The five vices, the Father says, may you be bodiless. No one else would say, have the faith that your souls are remember me. You cannot call anyone but the one Father, the Almighty Authority. You would not say Sri. When speaking of Brahma, Vishnu or Sakar, only the one Father is the Almighty. He is the world Almighty Authority. Only the one Father is called the Ocean of Knowledge. All of those sagas and holy men are authorities of the scriptures. You would not even call them authorities of devotion. They are authorities of the scriptures. For them, everything depends on the scriptures. They believe that God will give them the fruit of their devotion. They do not know when devotion begins or when it ends. Devotees believe that God is pleased with them for doing devotion. They have a desire to meet God. But whose worship would He be pleased with? He would definitely be pleased, but only when you worship Him alone. If you worship Shankar, how could the Father be pleased? Would the Father be pleased if you worship Hanuman? They simply have a vision. They don't receive anything. The Father says, although I grant them visions, none of them is able to come and meet me. No, only you come and meet me. Devotees do devotion in order to meet God. They say, we do not know in which form God will come and meet us. Therefore, that is called blind faith. You have now met the Father. You know that is only when the incorporeal Father adopts a body that He can give you His introduction. He says, I am your Father. 5,000 years ago, I gave you a fortune of the kingdom. Then you took 84 births. This world cycle continues to turn. It is only after the Copper Age beginnings that the others religion come. Each founder of a religion to establish his own religion. It is not a question of how great any of them are. It is not anyone's greatness. It is only when the Father enters Brahma that there can be his greatness. He was simply carrying on with his business. He did not know that God would enter him. The Father entered him and explained how he entered him. He said, "See how what is your belongs to me and how what is mine belongs to you. You become my helper with your body, mind, and wealth, and in return for that, this is that this is what you will receive." The Father says, "I entered an ordinary body of one who does not know his own birth. However, no one knows when or how I come. You can now see how the Father has entered his ordinary body. He is teaching us this knowledge can yoga through this body. This knowledge is very easy. Only you know how the gates of hell close and how the gates of heaven open. Ravan's kingdom starts with a copper age. This is when the gates of hell open. The old and the new worlds are half and half. The Father says, I know simply show your children the way to change from impure to pure. Remember the Father, and your sins of many births will be absolved. You have to confuse all of the sins that you have committed in this birth. You do remember what sins you have committed in this birth. You also know what charity you have done and what donation you have given. This one knows about his childhood. Sri Krishna is called Shyam Sundar. His name is Shyam Sundar. They created a dark blue image of him. Look at the Raghunath temple and the Hanuman temple. Everyone's image has been made ugly. This is an impure world. You children are now concerned about changing from ugly to beautiful. They are in order to do this. Stay in remembrance of the Father. The Father says, this is your last birth. Remember me and your sins will be burnt away. You know that the Father has come to take you back home. Therefore, you will definitely have to renounce your bodies here. He won't take you back with your bodies. Impure souls cannot go there. Therefore, the Father will definitely show you a way to become pure. He says, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Those on the path of devotion just have blind faith. They speak of Shivakasi. Then they say that Shiva brought the Gangas. That Gangas emerged through Bhagirath. How could water emerge from someone's head? Is Bhagirath sitting in the mountains that the Gangas could emerge through his hair? The rain that falls in drown from the oceans. Then that water falls all over the world. There are rivers everywhere. The water on the mountains becomes ice. That ice continues to melt and then flows into a river. The water from the caves in the mountains also fills the wells. They too depend on rain. When they is not any rain, the wells dry up. You now say, Baba, purify us and sent us to heaven. People only desire to go to heaven, the land of Krishna. No one knows about the land of Vishnu. The devotees of Sri Krishna say, whatever I look, I only see Krishna. However, since they call God omnipresent, why do they not say that whatever they look, they only see God? This is why the devotees of the Supreme Soul say that everyone is a form of Him. He enables this whole play to take place. They say that God adopted a form in order to create this wonderful play. Therefore, He would definitely play a part. Just look at God's world of heaven. There is no question of any treat there. Here there is nothing but treat. Here people also say that God is omnipresent. That is not God who gives happiness. When they have a child, they experience happiness. But if he dies, they experience sorrow. God gave you something and then took it back. So what is where to cry about? They don't experience sorrow in golden age, that they would have to cry. There is the explain of the king who conquered attachment. All of those examples are false. There is no meaning in them. There are not any sagas or holy men, etc. In the golden age, such things can't exist here. There could not be a king here who has conquered attachment. God speaks, what are the Yadavas, the Gauravas and the Pandavas doing now? Your yoga is with the Father. The Father says, I am making Bharat into heaven with your children. Those who become pure now will become the masters of that pure world. Tell everyone you meet that God says, constantly remember me alone. Only love me alone. Do not remember anyone else. This remembrance is called unadulterated remembrance. Here you do not have to offer water, etc. You used to do all of that business on the path of devotion. You also used to remember God. Gurus would say, remember me. Do not remember your husband. Baba explained so many things to you children. Then main thing he explained is that you have to give everyone the message. Baba says, constantly remember me alone. Baba means God. God is incorporeal. Not everyone would call Sri Krishna God. Sri Krishna himself is a child. If Shiv Baba were not in this one, would you be here? Shiv Baba has adopted you and made you belong to him through this one. Therefore, this one is a mother as well as father. The mother incorporeal from his is needed. He is the father. Therefore, imbibe these things very well. You children must not become confused about any aspect. Never stop studying. Some children are influenced by bad company and then sulk and open their own patsala. If they have conflict with someone, they go and open their own patsala. That is just foolishness. If they sulk, they are not worthy of opening a patsala. Their body consciousness will not let them continue. They have animosity in their intellects, so they will only remember that and they wouldn't be able to explain anything to anyone. It also happens that those to whom they give this knowledge go quickly ahead of them and they themselves fall. One can understand when the stage of others is a lot better than one's own stage. In some cases, the students become a king and the teacher become a maid or a servant. Make effort and become part of the grand land around the father's neck. Baba, I will belong to you for as long as I live. It is only by having remembrance of the Father that you both can go across Acha. To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to you, spiritual children. Essence for Dharana 1. Never become confused about any aspect. Never stop studying because of sulking with others. To have animosity is body consciousness. Question yourself to so that you do not become influenced by bad company. Become so pure that your behavior reveals the Father. Second, may your intellect have such love for the Father that you remain in unadulterated remembrance. Become a full helper of the Father with your body, mind, and wealth. Blessing. May you become a knower of all secrets and remain constantly happy by knowing the secret of being detached and loving. The children who know the secrets of being detached and loving while living at home with their families are happy with themselves and they also keep their families happy. Together with that, the Lord is also constantly pleased with them because they have true hearts. Such children who are knowers of these secrets and who remain constantly happy do not need to make anyone their advisor, neither for themselves nor for anyone else, because they can make their own decisions, so they do not need to make anyone their advisor, lawyer, or judge. Slogan: the blessings you receive from doing service are the basis of your health. Avyakt signal: imbibe the personality of spiritual royalty and purity. It is essential to breathe whilst in your body, for if you are unable to breathe, you are not alive. In the same way, purity is the breath of Brahmin life. Purity is the basis of your reward for 21 births. The basis of a soul meeting Supreme Soul is a pure intellect. The basis of the confluence aged attachments and a future worthy of worship status is purity. Therefore, adapt the personality of purity as a blessing. Om Shanti.